Scorpio, you give me a minute. I'm still pulling your cards. But, just give me a minute so I can lay them out. Bottom of the deck, the Hanged Man. Oh, I love the Hanged Man, but a lot of people don't like it because it means that sense of not being fully in control. But Scorpio, that is spirituality, and everyone watching this, most of you are attuned to that higher energy. Okay, it's almost like that trying to see the bigger picture. The Hanged Man deliberately hangs himself upside down, by the way. He's not forced to. He deliberately does it so he can open up to his crown chakra, his much more divine energy. Okay, but at the same time, Scorpio, I get you. If you're trying to make something happen, it can be eye-rolling hard, and it's like, oh no, because you're still in process of something. Okay, just give me a minute. Okay, so your additional guidance is building blocks, and you get the 5 of discs here. So it could be financial issues here that you're having to let go of control of, housing, anything to do with 5, because you've got the Ace of Discs, you've got the Magician card, so I'm not getting financial lack, although some of you it might be the case, or some of you aren't in control of this energy. Okay, the 5s are the most challenging of the cards, but everyone needs to go through the 5 to get to the 6, and you end on a 6, interestingly enough. Sometimes that 5 of discs, if it's not about money, it can feel, it's that feeling of being a bit insecure, a bit cut off from spirit, which some people would argue is the source of all insecurity, believing that we're not enough. You know, that's those awful, painful messages which create so much pain in our life, Scorpio, okay? Interesting. Okay, you also got building blocks. I really like the building blocks cards because it means that your life is changing. It's becoming more, some of you it's becoming more stable, more secure, and then you got poised, okay? The poised card to me is like a bit like the Temperance. You've got the Temperance, ready for anything, ready and willing to move forward. That you're not, that you've done a lot of personal work. You're not carrying. I do understand that you've got these messages going on within your thinking, okay? But sometimes they're coming up in order to be let go of, okay? So it's almost like a cliche that healing is a journey, isn't it? That just as we get to one thing, another thing comes up. But this poise card is actually speaking to me of there's a really good fundamental change going on here. Okay? Because you start with the Magician and Temperance. I mean, the Magician is about tuning into your power to create your own destiny. Okay? And you know what? It's almost like the law of attraction. I'm one of these people who have never managed to get it to work that well for them, but I know for a fact we create our own reality. Okay, so just because I can't see it doesn't mean to say it's not, understand it to be real, but I've got too much. I'm still not this divine channel yet, like this Magician is. But Scorpio, you're tuning into this ability that you have within you, the potential to create the life that you want. And it's with the Temperance card. The Temperance card is the alchemy card, so it's about changing all the elements, blending water with fire, which simply means trusting your intuition, trusting your gut instincts, trusting the messages that you receive from spirit, are the way forward. Okay, it's blending your mind and your heart and getting that middle path, which is just essential for your nature. Absolutely essential that you learn to find this middle path and not to be controlled as much by external circumstances, but being connected with your own power. Love these two cards together. You then hit the fork in the road, okay? So you've picked up your fiery wand, Scorpio. You're moving forward and you hit this point where, I'm not sure where to go right or go left. Maybe that's what the Hanged Man's speaking of. Don't try and control. Listen to Temperance. If you don't know the answer, walk away for a day or half a day until more clarity comes. That's also the message of the Hanged Man and the Two of Wands. Now it comes with the Knight of Swords. Okay, the Knight of Swords might be about receiving new information. Can be an air sign person. He can be a bit brash, sometimes quite cut off from his feelings. So it could be a fork in the road around this person. Keep your temperance, keep your middle path, Scorpio. Don't give it away for anyone, basically, ever. But this is about receiving news for some of you, which might lead you into a bit of confusion about the way forward. Again, you then move to the Five of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. So I'm going to go for the great one first. Ace of Pentacles is a gift of money. It can be a new job, a new housing. It's a new situation, a new pattern emerging, which can lead to some really good times. And right next to it is the Six of Cups, which is, for some, this is reconciliation. It's about getting what you want. It's breaking down the old structures so this joy can emerge, because it's with the Tower. But right next to it is also, first of all, the Five of Swords. So the Five, again, is a conflict card. It's about sometimes having these dialogues with people that sting, basically, yeah? You know, there's words said, it's a state of mind, and there's not much harmony in this state of mind. But there's something going on with these three cards. So as this Ace comes, the old falls down, so the Six of Cups can appear. Yeah, so it's almost that there's something really great potentially happening here. But as I said before, to get to the sixes, we need to work through the fives, which is tension, basically. It's tension, a bit of conflict, a bit of, you know, two people rubbing themselves up the wrong way, that sort of energy. But you don't get to breaking down the old, so the Six of Cups can appear without going through the fives, Scorpio. So it's a process. Now, ultimately, the Five of Swords is someone who's chosen to end conflict. So there might be someone you've been in conflict with and you're trying to bring it to an end because you've had it. You want that joy back. You want your happiness back. And sometimes the way to do it is to say no, to break down those old structures so the Six of Cups can emerge, that sort of, that inner joy, that inner celebration. And something else has been born here with this Ace of Discs. But the underall feeling is that of the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is always a wait and see energy, okay? But regard it as a spiritual lesson, because he's chosen to do this, and he chooses to do it to receive higher knowledge, okay? So that higher knowledge might be about how to manifest more of who you are in the world, how to attune more to your ability to create your own destiny. That's the sort of energy. A couple of fives. I'm not saying the fives are stressful, but you're ending in the 6, and as the old falls down, the Ace of Discs and the 6 of Cups emerges. Fascinating reading, actually. Be careful of those messages in your mind, because the 5 of Discs can represent, just look at the image, okay? They're standing outside this light. So if this isn't a financial issue, it's a self-esteem issue, basically. A bit like this 5 of Swords is a bit, and you have to learn to change the messages. But we're always in process. Every single one of us. We all have the same lessons. It's just that the difference between you, Scorpio, is the depth that you go to. So you feel stuff at such a deep level, but the positive side of that is you feel stuff at such a deep level. So your life's passionate, so much potential, so much power. But you've got a process to work through. Okay, Scorpio, I'll be back next week for the weeklies. Loads of love. Bye.